throat chakra. We're on the throat chakra. You know that your throat chakra isn't working properly if you don't know how to articulate how you feel. If your vocabulary isn't articulate enough for you to be able to say, hey, this is what I'm willing to accept and this is what I'm not willing to accept. If you might even know the words, but if you don't have the courage, this has to do with your heart and your throat. Like I was saying, sometimes they tune in to one another. So if you don't have the courage, if you could know the words, but if you don't have the courage to be like, nah, bro, I'm not putting up with that. If people say like run you over sometimes, people get over on you, people take advantage of you, this is probably because your throat chakra ain't working right. So you're going to have to make sure that you get that junk working properly, especially if you want to actually have a big impact on the world, because people listen to somebody who sounds like they know what they're talking about. You could literally not even know what you're talking about, but if you say it confidently, you can probably convince like 20% more people just because of the fact you said it with some kind of conviction. But obviously, you don't even want to be talking if you don't know what the hell you're talking about. But so the throat chakra is also something that might be the reason why you have breathing problems. So you might have asthma, right? If you have asthma, that means you have a hard time getting air sometimes. So if you don't know how to breathe properly, obviously you're going to have to practice this. So this is how you heal your throat chakra. You do breathing exercises when you meditate. Obviously, everybody needs to be breathing every day, all the time. And I'm not just saying breathing in general, because of course you're going to be breathing, but consciously breathing, taking deep breaths, breathing deeply from down within your diaphragm and bringing it all the way up, and paying closer attention to your breath, because there's people who breathe their whole lives and they never even acknowledge the air going in and the transition that happens, and they can't feel the wind spinning within their lungs and stuff like that. People don't pay that any attention. So when you want your throat chakra to work properly, you're going to have to breathe, because of course any kind of words, any kind of expression starts with the inhale anyway, any kind of life whatsoever. So it's the feminine energy first, and then you push out. So it's I said, obviously you can't talk unless you breathe in first. Feminine energy is the creativity and the idea of whatever you want to create, and then the masculine energy is when you say it, when you push it out. Okay, so that's how you create, and this is how you make sure that everything's gonna go the way that it's supposed to go without you being uncomfortable in your life. If you're experiencing situations, especially if it's multiple situations where you're uncomfortable, know that it's because at least one of these chakras is not working properly. And I bet you it's more than one. If it's one, it's probably more than one. That's just how it goes. So I mean, because the truth is, like, if you have the intelligence, you got all these other chakras working properly up to your crown, and your crown's the only one that you have to like work on, you're gonna work on it. And if you got your third eye working, you're gonna be so aware of yourself that getting your crown chakra activated, that ain't gonna be no problem. So keep that in mind. But like I said, I'm talking about the throat chakra right now. So you have to be able to say how you feel. Say how you feel. Express yourself. If you don't know how to express yourself in a creative way, that has to do with the higher three chakras. Creativity or creation, and well, the godlike abilities that I'm talking about, a god creates. So when you activate in God mode, know that this is with these higher chakras, but you can't access the higher chakras without first being attuned to the lower ones. All of these work together. It's like a ladder. You can't get to the top of the ladder unless you take the steps from the lower ones. You can't jump. That's why a lot of people are messed up,